Hello. Hi. I hope you can hear me all right. If you don't, please let us know. And let's take 10 seconds more to see if someone else is joining. So, just a short introduction. My name is Katya. I'm Customer Success Manager at Checkaso. And today I'm going to show you how to use the platform. It will be a short and sweet 30-minute onboarding webinar, and we'll touch upon all the main features. You'll know exactly which buttons to click, and you'll see how to make your app rank higher. So I suppose let's start. So let me switch to a different screen to share in just a quick second. So, okay. Let me just choose a different screen to share. Okay. All right. I hope you can see the dashboard. And let's start with the dashboard. So this is the first thing that you see when you sign into the platform, and this is the place where you'll see all the apps added to the platform and short information on those apps, like the type of the operating system, the ratings, the country that you chose to optimize for, ASO index, which we'll dive into a little bit later. The number of installs is only available for Google Play on Android, and top keywords, which is the number of keywords that lead you to the highest positions. You can filter between the systems, and you can also use the search bar if you have lots of apps added. And another thing that you can use is folders, and you can create different tabs and choose different criteria according to which you will group your apps. For me, it's the theme, like streaming or meditation apps, but you can choose the criterion that fits your needs. Now, let's take a look at how to add the app. So we'll go to All Apps tab and hit New. And here I'm going to use Headspace. Actually, it's already added, but I wanted to show you how to do that. This is not the only option. You can also insert the link to the App Store, either Google Play or App Store, and it will pull up a little bit faster. But since I have already have it added, let's go back to the dashboard and choose Headspace. I'm gonna go ahead for iOS, and here is where you can choose which route to pick in terms of optimizing. So you can go for either ASO index or analysis of your app. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and choose to ISO index to start. So what is ASO index? This is a metric that shows the overall assessment of how well your app is optimized. There are different factors involved, and they all weigh in differently on the total number. And we can see here that Headspace is doing great, 9.8, and below the ASO index for Headspace, you will see benchmark 7.8 for the apps in health and fitness niche. So that means that Headspace is optimized better than the apps in this niche on average. So you'll see the breakdown of the title, subtitle, ratings and reviews. These are all the factors that weigh in on the total. And on the app, always pay attention to the API. This is AI that will give you personalized tips on how to make your ASO strategy better. It will pop up in different places. We'll see where exactly throughout the platform, throughout the webinar. But this is something not to forget about. So below you will see the statistics of how ASO index changed over time. So you'll see when you grew in terms of your ASO index or where some setbacks happened. Below you will also see some widgets on top keywords, ratings by version. So you see that here Headspace is doing pretty well. The comparative analysis to spy on your competitors, and we'll dive into this in detail a little bit later. And below you will see a map which shows how well your app is optimized for different countries. It is color coded, so the deeper the blue, the higher the ASO index is, and you can switch between the map view and the list view, which will give you a little bit more information, this breakdown of different criteria that ASO index includes. Now let's move on to text ASO in the menu. So this is where you'll see the text elements of your app. We pull them up from the app page in the store, and this is all pretty self-explanatory, except for this indexing tab, which will show you how the keywords which are included in your metadata were ranked. We'll learn a lot more on the keywords and rankings in the analysis section of Checkaso, but here's something to learn at a first glance. Now let's move on to graphic ASO, and this is where you'll be able to see all the graphic assets and also switch between different devices and see what the users see depending on the device that they use. The next tab is ratings and reviews. We'll see that which versions on which dates got the most praise or vice versa, and you can also choose the time frame which you would like to assess. The next tab is competitor analysis, and this is where you'll be able to see how well your competitors' apps are optimized. And by clicking on either of these icons, you'll be redirected to the App Store. So you can learn more about your competitors. And the next one is a store checklist, which is just a nice thing for you to have to know what's missing on your App Store page and what else is there to be added. So that was all for the ASO index, which is so important to understand how well your app is optimized and where there's room for growth. Here with Headspace, there's not much room for growth, but you get the idea. Now, let's move on to the analysis section of Checkaso, and we'll dive in right into the newest feature, which is Overview 2.0. And this is a great page that gives you a bird's eye view on how easy it is to find your app. So let's take a look. The first thing that we see is this date picker, which allows you to choose the time frame you would like to analyze. And now here, the search visibility index. This shows how easy it is to find your app, and the higher the rankings are, the higher the index is. And in this graph, you'll see how the search visibility index changed over the period of the last 14 days. Next widget will show you The total number of keywords for Headspace is 1445, 86 of which lead Headspace to top 1 position, which is great. In the next widget, you'll be able to see how many keywords started indexing, grew, or fell. So this is also pretty clear and cool to see how the keywords, their performance changed. And now this is one of the greatest features so far, keywords intersections. So what this does is it pulls the data on your competitors, and by hovering over a section, you will see information on the competitor. You'll see how many keywords they are indexed by, the intersection of the keywords, so how many keywords you have in common, and you'll see the share among competitors. So if if this share is big, so this is a competitor to watch out for. The next two widgets will show you the top 5 keywords with the biggest and the highest growth, both for you and your competitors. The next 3 widgets will allow you to compare the search visibility index of you against the ones of your competitors. So you'll see that for com here, the search visibility index is higher by 2%. So there's something that they're doing right and they rank really high. So this is something to consider for Headspace. Next widget in the middle is competitors updates. So here you'll be able to see which updates were rolled out, when, and you'll be able to learn more by clicking here, learn more. You'll gain more information on the updates, and we'll take a look at it later, and rating changes. So also you'll be redirected. Okay, now keywords. They are at the heart of your ASO strategy. And here in the tab keyword analysis, you can track the keywords you're most interested in. When you first add the app, the system will automatically offer up to 50 keywords based on the semantics, and you'll be able to choose which ones you would like to track. But also, if you already know which ones you want to track, you can add the words manually by separating them with a comma. So that's pretty easy. Hit add and the keywords will be added. You'll be also able to track the performance over here. You'll see how many keywords lead you to the highest positions. And now let's take a look at some metrics over here. So search volume suggestions is a great feature is if you want to expand your semantic core. So let's hit, well, no suggestions for TikTok, but let's hit music here, and you'll see what other keywords, some of them long tail, might be a good idea to add to your metadata. So simply hit this plus sign, hit add, and the keywords will be added to the group of the tracked keywords. Also, you'll be able to see rankings for these keywords, the average rank, the number of apps that rank for this keyword, and in this column you'll be able to see which of the keywords you are already using in your metadata. Also, search results, live search results are available here. So by hitting this eye icon over here, you'll be able to see the live search results, or to pick a date and you'll be shown search results for that date, which is also pretty cool. Now, Keywords Explorer. This is where all the keywords that your app is indexed by can be found. You can add them to the list of the tracked keywords, and you can also take a look at suggestions for these keywords. But these are all the keywords that your app can be found by. And you can also choose to look at only long tail keywords, which is a great strategy for new apps or apps that belong to a highly competitive niche. The next tab is proposed keywords. And this is where you spy on your competitors. So this is the list of the keywords your competitors rank for, but you don't. So it might be a good idea to kind of steal some of them and maybe add some of those to your metadata and keywords. The next step, competitors, well, it speaks for itself. You'll be able to see the keywords and the positions for each of the competitors. You can use this radio button over here to only see the competitors that you chose to track. And the last step, rankings. Ranking, well, that shows the keywords and the changes in ranking over the selected period of time. And you'll be able to see the keywords with the highest and the lowest rank. So maybe there's some keywords that are worth dropping and deleting them from your metadata. Now, let's move on to comparative analysis, which is one of my favorite features. This is where you can compare two apps side by side, and you can either choose your competitor's app. So let's go for Calm over here, since it's doing so great in terms of search visibility index. So, but this is not the only thing that you can compare. You can choose between the versions, and if you want to see more versions, please choose a wider time frame. So here you see how many updates have happened within this time frame. And you can also compare your app against your app, but two different versions, to see what changed, how differently it looks. So this is a really great feature. The next one, ratings and reviews. Easy to track how the users, um, what the users say, how they react to the updates. You can also choose a bigger time frame, also epi tips on how to work with the reviews. So let's go to the reviews tab, and you can you can sort these reviews by version, by ratings, and you can also see which reviews were answered, not answered, or updated. And this is very important in terms of your communication with your clients, with your users. So it's important for the brand to respond to the users, and soon you'll be able to do this from within Checkaso, but not now. For now, you can explore and react later. What else am I missing? ASO editor. This is a great feature for everyone who wants to improve their text ASO. So over here, you will find a sandbox, and this is a great feature if you want to prepare your text elements for the updates or in general, and you will see how many characters you have already used. You will see the tips from the AI API. You'll see how many keywords from the list of the tracked keywords you have used in your text elements. You'll be able to see some metrics, so you can go for high frequency, high search volume keywords, and improve your text elements. You can create up to 5 templates and play around with texts and test which version works better later. The next thing is our notification center. This is where you'll be able to create reports or delete them. This is something, if you find that daily reports is just too overwhelming, you can edit or delete the report. And basically, what you can do over here is you can add up to 20 emails of all the interested parties, the clients, the owners of the apps, and choose the apps and the sections for the report. And we'll send you the reports on daily, weekly, or monthly basis. I think that I have gone through everything I wanted to go through with you guys. Um, so we're back to the dashboard, and one thing that I missed is you can switch between the views on the dashboard. And I think I think that's all for today. And we'll be releasing new features soon, so stay tuned for our updates. Visit our webinars and our blog, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you have any questions remaining, feel free to drop us a line either to the chat in the right bottom corner, or send us an email. We'll be happy to answer. Also, you can schedule a live demo and you'll be able to ask any questions while we go. So it was a pleasure talking to you and telling you about the platform. See you next time. And I don't know how to stop the demonstration. Bye bye.